Be Masahiro Matsuno, who has just played so many crucial games over the years and still at 33 years old is absolutely devastating against most teams.
Dylan Freechild launches the opening pull, and we are off in the men's final, a battle to 15. The 88 shirt, Ryoma Katsuta, one of the youngest members, shoots it long, and it arrives. Katsuta, Matsuno! Japan strikes in less than 30 seconds. Japan's offense returns to the field, and Nick Stewart unleashes the pull. John Stubbs, who had a Callahan in the semifinal win over Canada, out on the field for this defensive line. USA and Japan did meet in a power pool crossover. USA winning 15-12 after opening up a 6-score lead late. It was 14-8. And then US took their feet off the gas collectively. Japan scored 4 in a row. Of note from that game, Brian, was that the Japan team did not play Masahiro Matsuno. He rested. It was a inconsequential game in terms of advancing in the bracket. Both teams were assured quarterfinal spots at that time. A ricocheted collection. Matsuno hauls it in.
That game was still a fun one to watch, the earlier crossover. It seemed like even though with Matsuno out, that both teams were putting a lot into it, USA just with the advantage.
There's Masashi Korono. Katsuta. And it'll come back because of a pick. 3 players on this Japanese team have done the vast majority of the scoring. Matsuno, Kichikawa, and Arakawa, all among the top 15 scorers in the men's division in the tournament. But this time, it's Matsuno, his second.
They've had no problem dealing with the pressure. They've hit a couple of deep throws.
I misstated something before. In 1998, when Japan last went to the finals, it was not the U.S. that got past the Japanese. It was the Canadians that won that year in Blaine, Minnesota. Canada has won 3 of the last 5 gold medals in the men's division at WUGC. The men winning in 2000 and 2012. Most recently on Japanese soil, the Americans taking down Great Britain in the finals after surpassing Canada in the semis in a very exciting finish. Looking long again, this is Arakawa. Relentless speed from the Japanese. Arakawa with the easy goal.
Cutters and look to go from there.
No turnovers through 6 points.
We've talked before about the 3 different lines on this team. One mostly an offensive line, the other a pure defensive line, and then the swing line out there on the field now, filled with a couple of players from Truck Stop. Tom Doy, Peter Pryal, Alan Kolick.
Great bid from Pryal, just missing the disc, and Matsuno lets it fly again. DiGirolamo approaching, but he can't get there as Arakawa skies for another Japanese score. Turnovers could decide it. They will be precious. You see Matsuno, number 10, back out there as Kurt Gibson lets it fly. This is Katsuta.
And 3 men around the disc, a 3-3-1. And this is where USA is typically transitioned, just giving a different look.
Gibson is the deep. Quick travel called, they reset and restart. And that's a throw that, with the wind not doing much right now, should be open for the Japanese. Matsuno winds it up to Kamimura. Matsuno. And the disc floats into the end zone, not the intended target. A travel will bring this back. I don't think there's any question, Brian, that while there's certainly universal respect for the United States team, the masses here are pulling for the underdogs from Japan.
Without a doubt.
Matsuno, the crafty fakes. He almost puts the disc over his shoulder and over his opponent's shoulder before he throws.
Just a very distinct throwing style. I don't know.
And Matsuno keeps it alive. He says it was up. USA saying it was down.
My first instinct was to say that it would be up, but we're going to take here a look at the replay. And that looks up to me.
Oh, the magic of technology. Proving the Japanese right in this instance. Matsuno. Tanaka swings it, Corona to the end zone, and it's knocked away a second time. Freechild in on this defensive line for the United States have gotten used to playing every offensive point for their college or club teams. Tyler DiGirolamo, Peter Pryl, Alan Kolick, Nick Stewart, BJ Sefton, Tom Doy looking for another defensive play. Oh, and a good poach there, well-timed. Alan Kolick intercepting 2 Japanese giveaways, has taken a 2-score lead.
The challenge for the defense here of Team USA is to guard against this incredible breakside offense of Japan. They do such a great job of taking a small window and turning it into big yardage. It feels like as a defender you have to guard every angle of the field, and so you start over pursuing. But traditionally the U.S. has taken a good positioning here in the last couple of games of taking away any breakside position downfield and really doubling up in a counterintuitive way.
This is Mizuho Tanaka, calmly strolling to the brick mark where Dylan Freechild's active mark awaits. And then Nate White, the last minute, came in. White with his crazy long reach. He's got the quickness of a little guy and the length of a deep.
Here, they're not looking to trap right away. They're trying to force a bunch of throws and get a good transition out of it. If they can get a good trap, they will eventually go to that. But now they're transitioning to man-man defense.
Matsuno thought about the deep shot. Did not have the angle. Arakawa right back to Matsuno with Raider on the mark. Corona. Guarded by Trent Dillon. A sneaky little backhand. And now up the line, on the brink of the goal line for Tanaka. Oh, a mistake by Gibson in the end zone. He turned his back on Arakawa.
Able to get that offensive hold, but Coach Dutchy Getskier not super happy about how long it took to get there. During their talk during the timeout, he wanted them to be attacking the poaches, attacking the space, using their legs, and they were slow to make that happen. So expect a little bit different look against the next Japanese zone that comes out against that USAO line.
Very interesting. Megan, thank you.
A lot of people preach in zone offense to be incredibly patient, and that can work, but it's often the hard way to do things. You'd rather score in 20 throws of a moderate risk rather than 100 throws at a low risk. And you'd really have to look at the percentages, but it's more of a feel thing. And so if you can find a better way to attack and create space, you should be doing so.
think I may have just seen a lightning bolt out of the corner of my eye in the distance. Hopefully that is not headed this way.
Saw that too, and
Booming thunder. Perhaps 8 seconds after the lightning.
right now they decide to play
Leaping
on.
catch by Corono. There was a pick called down the field. It's Masashi Corono, marked by Nick Stewart. Stewart has written some really interesting articles about the process of trying out for Team USA, the mental battle against competing with so many great players just for a chance to make it to the USA roster, and already looking forward to his personal thoughts about what it was like to compete in this tournament. Japan finding Matsuno.
You don't worry about it. It might be low, might be high, but you expect the athleticism to make up for it so that you can throw the disc a little bit quicker. Kittredge rushing the throw just a tad.
That pole sails all the way out the back. So Mizuho Tanaka will collect it. Let's take a look at the alignment that the Japanese offense employs off the stoppage and the brick mark. Looks like a very basic horizontal.
Well, they do a great job of just changing the angle of attack continuously, whether it's a tiny 2-foot pass that allows you to break open to a continuation cut. I haven't studied the system of the Buzz Bullets and of the Japanese team here to understand exactly what's going on, but it's remarkable how quickly they can operate in it.
The Buzz Bullets, 17-time national champions in Japan. Many members of this Japanese national team are members of the Bullets. Many of the top Japanese players are employed by a company called Bunka Shutter, a company that sponsors the Japanese team, is a signage that's on their jackets.
A lot of these players basically professional in some aspect, in that the company likes them to participate in extracurricular activities, and for them it's ultimate. And for them, they get the funding that they need to travel.
Oh, that's Kirk Gibson making amends. Win. Matt Rader up the line, and USA's first mistake. This is going to be a travel after the interception, but a giveaway there from Rader.
Rader trying to move the disc quickly, and that's not necessarily the name of the game for this USA offense. Typically, they like to take their time and look downfield, make sure you can evaluate the situation and isolate cutters.
Corona beats Rader on the under. And here's Matsuno launching. A lot of float on that one, but not enough.
In this match,
I think his case might have been the left arm of the defender on his back as he went up for the disc with his right hand, but it will be Japan's possession. They're looking for an offensive hold here. 2 turnovers aside on this point. Oh, are you kidding me? Ryan Farrell intercepts it. No signal yet. And a foul was called by Kichikawa. That would have been a Callahan. His left hand landed first. But the stall count will be at 0, and Kichikawa will keep the disc. What a moment that almost was. Ryan Farrell, I think, is one of those guys that if you don't follow Ultimate every single day of your life, you may not appreciate his level of skill. But that could have been the highlight that illustrated the type of D he's played his entire life. Raider can't close fast enough, and Japan.
Crowd reacting to the replay on the screen, and
it looked like it was a travel on the throw before the throw, not the one that was actually the assist. Alas, it's Matsuno. There it is. For the Japanese, two guys were right there to knock it away. They both came up empty, and that disc just kept floating. Karlinski gets credit for the assist there. So it's 10-7, half of the USA goals from Schlackett. In the gold medal game of the World Ultimate and Guts Championships 2016 here in London. 4 years ago, the USA beat Great Britain and Japan. The first ever World Ultimate Championships was held in 1983 in Sweden, won by the United States. The Rude Boys winning it all. There were not as many countries as there are now, as the Japanese hit the man who is virtual. Kawa, Corona, Matsuno, Tanaka, Kamimura, and Kichikawa. Miyazaki as well. 11-8 USA. There still have only been 6 turnovers in the entire game, Brian. 4 of them on that 1 point, which ended on Korono to Arakawa. That made it 9-7.
And most of them were spectacular grabs by the defense, spectacular blocks. There have been some unforced errors, some poor decisions.
You can count them on one hand, though.
But when you come for this week, and some people can talk about early in the week, you're talking about international matchups.
Here is a shot, and Tanaka right into the chest of Kamimura to jump over his defender like he did a little over a decade ago.
I don't know, Evan. I don't think you want him to hear that, because I'm pretty sure he'll just say challenge accepted.
Maybe when his knee gets healthy again, perhaps. Well, to see what Kichikawa is doing for Japan at age 39. I asked you yesterday about Bo's longevity, and you talked about his ferocious training regimen. Now playing with the Dallas Roughnecks in the AUDL. Looking to help establish professional ultimate in the United States and North America, and all around the world for that matter. Korono takes a daring shot, and Arakawa won't get there. Tom Doy, the closers like Dylan Freechild and Trent Dillon, alongside the established vets, Raider, Wynn, Farrell, Gibson. Japan needs to score now. Matsuno whistles one to Kichikawa. Matsuno takes it back. Wynn has really had a tough task chasing Matsuno around. Russell Wynn, one of the elite defenders in the world. And yet Matsuno still able to shake free. Underneath, Raider aggressively contesting. Matsuno at 33 years old, still being an every other throw guy for much of this possession. Farrell contesting the backhand from Tanaka. 2016 World Ultimate and Guts Championship here in London. Evan Lepler, Brian Jones with you from Allianz Park. The United States delegation looking for a sweep in the gold medal department. Japan on offense converts as Shinya Kikuchi hauls in the score, but a travel again has been called. So take that one off the board for the moment.
Take a look here. Not sure that I see it there. He is a lefty, just a different pivot foot.
Gibson thought about the poach, could not get there. Kichikawa calls a foul on Gibson.
The Americans have done a good job in this point of successfully bogging down the Japanese offense, playing off a little bit, anticipating the type of breakside movement that we've been seeing.
Oh, a very aggressive bid. Japan plays on through the conquer contact. Say that 5 times fast.
Evan, I'll leave it to you for that.
Here's Kikuchi. Another poach, and it was Farrell taking out his teammate. Russell Wynn got hit in the legs by Farrell, and Gibson, who actually injured himself in the tournament. But Gesquier won gold in Japan and Sakai. And then with Matty Sang by his side, led the USA World Games team to another first place finish in Cali, Colombia in 2013. Looking for another storybook ending. Big shot testing Stubbs. And an incredible catch. Masahiro Matsuno with another play for the ages.